welcome to another episode of Trinidad Bhojpuri Words and Phrase. In this episode, we recap the words JAMUNEE, PHOOLAAWAYLAA, Trinidad Bhojpuri phrase RAAT ke SAPNA, DEKHAAWE PIYA HUMKE, Trinidad Bhojpuri word JHEEL, and KAAPHI. So let's go catch up with Vinay of the Cutlass magazine. So this is the star.
Right, they're doing it like this, right? I'm mashing it up so.
I'm Taridas.
And I'm Vinay Harrichan from the Cutlass magazine.
Great to see you again, Vinay. And we had another fun week of Trinidad Bhojpuri Words and Phrase. We started the week with the word JAMUNEE. Well, there's Jamuna, there is JAMUNEE, and we had other forms of the word as well. Now, many were able to identify Jamuna from bhajans. Some were able to identify JAMUNEE or JAMUNEE to be the name of someone in their family. I recall someone messaging to say that their grandmother or their great-grandmother's name was JAMUNEE, but they never knew what it meant. And there are lots of songs with the words Jamuna as well as JAMUNEE. For example, this Kabir Das bhajan.
Jamuniya ke dar sahib tor dije ho.
All right. So, Vinay, JAMUNEE, Jamuna, JAMUNEE.
Yeah, so JAMUNEE, Jamuna, Jamunawa, Jamunia, those are all the Bhojpuri equivalents of the Yamuna. And the Yamuna is a river in India, and I believe it's the second largest tributary river, meaning that it flows into the Ganges. And so, for example, the way that we would reference the Ganges river as being the Ganga, we also call the Yamuna river the Jamuna. And in the case that you were referencing before, where some people might know an older auntie with the name Jamunee or Jamunia, that I ending or that IYA ending is feminine. So that's why they change from the A to the I when it's given as a name for a young daughter. So Jamuna becomes Jamunee, and then Jamunia is just a plural form of that. Now, somebody had commented, I think, or mentioned it on one of the posts, that they knew two sisters named Jamunee.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that's actually a curious thing, because like I just said, Jamuna comes from Yamuna. Now, it is believed that the word Yamuna comes from the Sanskrit Yama, which actually means twin. So it could be that this person knew that Yama or Jamuna somehow has to do with twins, and therefore gave it to both of his daughters. And the reason why the Yamuna River has that name of twin is because it flows in parallel to the Ganges. And that's why I had given a hint on the Cutlass saying, you might have to cross this to get to the Ganges. So people answered knowing the river.
All right. And a good example of the Y and the J is Jamdeep and Yamdeep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and for context, that's the deer that some people either light a day before the main day of Diwali or 2 days before the main day of Diwali. And another song, I know you had mentioned the Kabir Das bhajan, but people might also know the popular chutney song made famous by Budram Hulas that goes Tar Gori Jamuna Hilori.
Tar Gori Jamuna Hilore Dhulaniya lege machaliya.
And that's, the beautiful young maiden goes to the waves of the Jamuna River or the Yamuna River.
Yes, someone did make mention of that song as well on the post. So well done, everybody. So now for the person who messaged in saying that they never knew the reason why, or they never knew the meaning of the name Jamuna. Now you know. Okay, so we went on to another fun word, PHOOLAAWAYLAA. And that was really funny because of the context in which it was used. Your roti were PHOOLAAWAYLAA. So not pull away, but PHOOLAAWAYLAA.
So there's two meanings for PHOOLAAWAYLAA. When we're talking about roti, it means to swell up, to inflate. If we're talking about a flower bud, it means to blossom. So pool, as people know, means flower. So PHOOLAAWAYLAA is the act of blossoming, inflating, swelling up. So when we say PHOOLAAWAYLAA, that means your roti or something is swelling up. So you could say Toha roti PHOOLAAWAYLAA, your roti is swelling. You could say, oh, if you want to use it in a more Creole English context, you could say, look your roti while pulawin. Pulawin with the ing ending is the English equivalent to the Hindustani PHOOLAAWAYLAA. So yeah, it's used in that context.
All right. And thank you so much, everybody, for not just texting in, but sending photos of a well-pulawed roti. I love it. Next, our Trinidad Bhojpuri phrase, "Raat ke sapna dekhawe, PIYA HUMKE." Now, I realized that people were trying to piece the words together, which is actually really good. So they're working out word for word and then creating their own interpretation of what it could mean. So they recognize Raat ke sapna, they recognize sapna, Raat, PIYA. The Dekhawe, I think some people were a little confused with Dekhawe, but it had a general gist that it had something to do with your dreams and a lover.
Yes, because people know, as you mentioned, PIYA is your lover, your love, and sapna is a dream. And so I've heard this sentence kind of said two different ways. There's Raat ke sapna dekhawe PIYA HUMKE, and Raat ke sapna dekhaye PIYA HUMKE, and it pretty much means the same thing. It just means that, at night a dream was shown to me, my love. So at night a dream was shown to me, my love. The my love is PIYA. To me is HUMKE or HUMKE. Raat ke sapna, Raat ke means at night, and sapna dekhawe means to be shown a dream. So that's the breakdown there. So Raat ke sapna dekhawe PIYA HUMKE, at night a dream was shown to me, my love. And the song is addressed to, a lover.
Mm-hmm. Right, so Raat ke, and of course everybody knows the song. So now that you've heard the lyrics, you actually have an idea of what line means. Then you'll be able to appreciate and enjoy it even more. Mm-hmm. Another Trinidad Bhojpuri word, JHEEL. Now, some said lake, some said pond, some said lagoon. I encountered this where the question popped up: is that really Trinidad Bhojpuri, or is it a Hindi word?
Mm-hmm. So when you do look up the word JHEEL in a standard Hindi context, you'll get the meaning of lake or pond. However, I've heard from a number of Trinidadian elders that they would use the word JHEEL to refer to a lagoon or a wetland or a rice field covered with water. Because I've heard people say, Hum Jaila JHEEL, I'm going to the lagoon. Hum Jaila JHEEL, Dan Rapawe, I'm going to the lagoon to plant rice. And so so JHEEL in our context often always has to do with lagoon, being where you plant rice, a wetland. And I don't know if it's been used in a chutney song. However, JHEEL does come up in a lot of Bollywood songs, and it is typically, used to refer to the depth of somebody's eyes. So there's a popular song called Teri JHEEL Si Gehri Aankhein Mein. Teri JHEEL Si Gehri Aankhon Mein, which means in your deep, lake-like eyes, and that's a song by Mukesh, and I believe you had reference on by Kumar Sanu as well.
Yes, there you go. So now that you have an idea, and then next time you hear the word JHEEL and you hear the word aankhein, because most times when you hear it in song, it would be in reference to someone's eyes. So now you have an idea. So yes, lagunawa came up though as another word for lagoon.
Yeah, so lagunawa is an example of the kind of mixture of English with Hindustani. So, for example, many people know that the Hindustani word for butter is makhan. However, some people might say butterwa, adding the wa ending to butter, the English word. So I could see how lagunawa is an example of mixing the English with the Hindustani. However, in the with the elders I've come across, I've mainly heard them say JHEEL. And one thing I found that was very interesting is that there's actually a JHEEL, or well-known wetland in Uttar Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh is one of the states in India where Bhojpuri is a very commonly spoken language. So the fact that they use JHEEL there for lagoon or wetland definitely shows that there's a possible link with Trinidad Bhojpuri.
Wonderful. Now we wrap up the week with a food-related word, and we went with a beverage, KAAPHI. And someone said they remembered their mother or somebody in their family saying "Kaaphhi Kotri."
So KAAPHI is the Hindustani word for coffee. And so one interesting thing, or one thing I really enjoyed in the responses to this one, is that instead of answering the question, a lot of Trini people in particular just replied with Hongwing, or they replied with Nescafe or Folgers, stuff like that. So a lot of people did actually say coffee.
Wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
But they just keep replying with, brands of coffee.
Brands.
Yeah, so kafi is the Hindustani equivalent of the English coffee. Some people were confused by the hint because I mentioned a morning drink, and so they answered with tea. However, that chai is the Hindustani word for tea.
Right. And someone did call and use the word kafi.
So kafi in Hindustani, kafi can sometimes be used to mean enough, but in standard Hindi, it also is used for coffee, and that could just be due to influence of standard Hindi impacting our Bhojpuri. So some people might know kapi being the Bhojpuri, some people might know kafi coming from standard Hindi, and I'd even seen someone from Suriname mention that they know coffee with a Indian accent there. So it's possible that all of these influences have, impacted everyone with their interpretation of the pronunciation.
Yes, I believe that was Nalini making reference as well to the Dutch influence as well.
Yeah, so coffee, kafi, and kapi.
Coffee's for closers only.
So yeah, this is another good week of Trinidad Bhojpuri words and a phrase. So well done, everybody. I really hope that you'll keep up with this week's words and phrase as well. So Vinay, just remind us of your social media footprint.
Yes, you can find me at Cutlass Magazine on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and feel free to send me an email, cutlasspodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you all once again for your contributions. Thank you for sending us words. So thank you for sharing all your lovely memories as well. Until next time. Bye. Well, there you go. Another episode of Trinidad Bhojpuri Words and Phrase. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your contribution. And to keep up with us for more of Trinidad Bhojpuri, this has been a KDC production in collaboration with the Cutlass Magazine and Caribbean Hindustani.